I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Another day, another Donald Trump lawsuit. Seems like not a day goes by where Donald Trump or one of his ilk are not being sued. So let's take a look at the most recent lawsuit filed against Eric Trump. This from a new online website called The Messenger. Eric Trump has been accused of engaging in a secret deal to charge condo owners $1.75 million. And it is alleged in this lawsuit filed in Manhattan's Supreme Court by one of the condo owners that Eric Trump has a financial interest in connection with this amenity facility where condo owners have been forced to divert significant amounts of dues and their own money to pay for this amenity facility in Trump World Tower. And they say they never got notice of it. There was a secret hearing among the board members that they weren't even told about, and that Eric Trump is financially benefiting on both sides of this deal, according to this lawsuit. Here's what the article says. It says Eric Trump and the board of Trump Organization condo building are accused of striking a secret deal to charge its unit owners $1.75 million to renovate a vacant bar and turn it into an amenity space, according to this new lawsuit. So a condo owner at the Trump World Tower. The Trump World Tower is adjacent to the United Nations building in New York City. But Joanna Biter, condo owner, filed this lawsuit, and she says that the board of the Trump World Tower informed residents in February that the 2,500 square foot commercial space in the building would now be converted into something called an amenity space for residents of the building at the condo owner's expense. And Biter's like, this isn't for us. We don't want this. What's this about? So the lawsuit alleges the overall work that was being done in this deal was approved by Eric Trump and the Trump Organization Assistant General Counsel, Sonia Talsenik, and both allegedly have financial interests in the project. Companies Eric Trump and Talsenik have a financial interest in, according to the lawsuit, and quote, have a direct or indirect ownership or equity interest in or are affiliated with one or more of the contractors or subcontractors hired or to be hired to perform the conversion work, the suit claims. So in other words, Eric Trump is, according to the lawsuit, would be diverting money of condo owners to a contractor or subcontractor or some entity that Eric Trump and the Trump Organization have a financial interest in. And so this space that was held to be vacant or was vacant for several years, now condo owners are basically told they have to give their money to build this amenity space. And Eric Trump, according to this lawsuit, is going to be making money off of this deal. Not just the fact that this amenity space will be built, but the fact that the contractors, subcontractors, the building process, monies will be diverted to Eric Trump. According to this article, the space was previously occupied by the World Bar. It sat dormant for more than 4 years. Trump World Tower is adjacent to the United Nations headquarters on the east side of Midtown Manhattan. To cover the lease of the amenity space, condo owners who are renting out their apartments will have to pay a, quote, amenity fee of about 2% of their annual rental fees, which is expected to generate about $300,000 per year, according to this lawsuit. Also, a, quote, special assessment will also be collected from condo owners to pay for the conversion work in the building, and that is expected to net $1.75 million, according to this lawsuit. Of course, the Trump Organization did not respond when they were asked questions, and the plaintiff in this lawsuit, Biter, claims the board approved these changes in secret and acted outside its scope by imposing the fees and by converting commercial space into residential amenity space. And in this lawsuit, Biter, the plaintiff, is seeking a judgment against board members, attorneys' fees, costs, and expenses to be determined at the time of trial. So yet another lawsuit filed against Eric Trump. And it should also be mentioned as well, since we're talking about Manhattan, Eric Trump, of course, is in very hot water because he is being sued by New York Attorney General Letitia James as part of her $250 million civil fraud lawsuit set to go to trial October 2nd of 2023, which, if New York Attorney General Letitia James prevails there, in essence, this lawsuit that we just talked about at the beginning of the video may even be moot because Eric Trump will not be allowed to conduct business in the state of New York, effective if New York Attorney General Letitia James prevails in her case. One of the things she is asking for is an injunction to stop further business transactions by Donald Trump and his adult children in the state of New York. The last order that we've talked about here on the MeidasTouch network from New York Attorney General Letitia James' civil case is when Justice Arthur Engoron made a very terse order against Donald Trump, the Trump Organization, all of Donald Trump's adult children for their lack of compliance with discovery in the case. And the judge ordered that each of the individual defendants, one of them being Eric Trump, had to submit a compliance affidavit detailing every device used for communication with or on behalf of the Trump Organization or concerning the business of the Trump Organization during the period of 2011 to the present, every email address, telephone number, or other electronic account used for communications with the Trump Organization or concerning the business of the Trump Organization during the period 2011 to the present, whether each of the devices and accounts identified in items 3.1 and 3.2 were searched for responsive documents, 4, which search terms or other means were used to conduct any search of the devices and accounts identified in items 3I and 3.2 and 3.5. If any devices or accounts identified in items 3.1 or 3.2 were not retained or searched, what efforts were undertaken to preserve or locate devices or accounts. So that is a significant discovery obligation. We will probably be learning soon if that was complied with or not. The compliance date was back on May 15th, but we'll see with motion practice what took place there. Meanwhile, Eric Trump is hosting various events. This is one he held a few weeks back. Actually held this one on May 23rd of 2023 at the Trump Doral in Miami. And this is what he said to the audience. This was an event that one of the events he hosted there. And he mentioned that he claims he and the whole family never did business deals while Trump was in office. Play this clip.
You know, we get criticized a lot, but our family got out of business when my father went into the White House.
Oh, and by this way, at this Trump-supported event at the Trump Miami Doral, so Eric Trump speaks. You know who the next speaker was as part of this Trump event? Just to tell you who the MAGA Republican Party is today. It was someone who refers to herself as Prophet Amanda Grace. As part of this traveling fascist circus, you got Eric Trump speaks, then these prophets speak, and they say that they have all of the answers. And Prophet Amanda Grace tells the modern-day Republican Party that the biggest threat facing America right now are mermaids and water people. I kid you not. Play this clip at the Eric Trump event.
There's wickedness attempting to completely cover this nation in perversion and seducing spirits. I have never seen more images of more mermaids and water people in my life. That's a division in the kingdom of darkness, and they're highly technologically advanced. And we have to understand what we're dealing with. And we have to understand the rules of engagement in spiritual warfare. And we are meant for hand-to-hand combat. And we are meant to bring our cries before the throne of God, to bring judgment on the rulers of darkness of this world and of this nation. Because the rulers have set up a throne in this nation. They've set it up Darkness has completely covered and eclipsed the White House of this nation.
There you have it, folks. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network, covering yet another Donald Trump, Eric Trump lawsuit. Until next time, have a great day. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers thanks to your awesome support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch and wherever you get audio podcasts. Subscribe to the MeidasTouch podcast. Have a great day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.